Good morning, everyone. Thanks so much for tuning into Network Live TV, where we're going to talk about how to increase your networking efforts locally, nationally, or internationally, as well as discuss things that will help you up your game online. We are here weekdays at 11 a.m. Eastern. I am your host, Sabrina Watson, founder of NetworkLiveVirtually.com, where you can grow your business through creating live virtual relationships all over the globe. Our meetings and membership are totally free, so don't miss your chance to network and build relationships with amazing people. I also want to make sure that people know we are looking for people who are absolutely serious about building their brand and business while establishing their authority and creating a larger circle of influence to host virtual networking meetings. The people we're looking for are going to have three main qualities. They're team players, self-motivated, and dependable. So if you feel like you have these qualities, please reach out to me and let's talk about the benefits of being a host with NetworkLiveVirtually.com. And the reason you need to be a team player, self-motivated and dependable is because the hosts promote each other. So there are a lot of very super cool benefits that we all need to know about if you want to be a host and get virtual networking going. Here comes Miss Steph with an F. I want to thank my guests today for being here. I have Tennille Cooper and Stephanie Rennert. Hey, Steph!
Hello, good morning. Hello.
So excited to have you ladies. So it is Tuesday. What's on your plates for today? Tennille, what's on your plate for today?
Writing, always writing. I have a blog post that I'm working on that I'm going to be sending up to my mailing list tomorrow because I will be launching a course very soon. So that's in development. So got to get the curiosity piqued.
Yes. So when do you think your course is going to come out?
I'm shooting for April.
Perfect.
And shooting for April. Let's put that out there.
Awesome. How about you, Steph? What's on your agenda today?
I got a busy day. I'm excited to be here, kicking off the busy day. Busy in a good way, though, of course. So I'm here for virtual networking with you, Sabrina and Tennille. Nice to meet you.
Hey,
and then I am off at 1 p.m. to do my hashtag Just Show Up experience. This is going on week 3, and every day at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I've been bringing people together that I've met on Periscope into a virtual Zoom room just to connect and have a virtual meet and greet, and just for purposes of connecting with other humans around the world and to add more play into people's day. And then I'm doing a Perry 10K Share-a-thon at 4 o'clock, and we're having a Master Promoter Share-a-thon where all people on Periscope with 2,000 followers or more are talking about the concept of breakdowns to breakthroughs. So we're all doing kind of a pass to Periscope, each person getting 10 minutes talking about our perspective on breakdowns to breakthroughs. So got a lot of fun stuff ahead.
Wow, that all sounds interesting.
Yeah.
Let me introduce you to Tennille real quick, everybody. She is the chief copywriter of SheIsEpic.com for mission-driven women who want to write words that attract, sell, and serve. If she could live any world right now, it would be on a sunny beach in a purple bikini with margarita in hand. I'm with you on that one. Her 2016 goal is to finally write the outline to her book and not get caught up in keeping up. So Tennille, tell us all about yourself. How did you get started in copywriting?
Interesting story. So before I started working for myself, I was working full-time as a communications coordinator at a community health center. And I had taken this position as a contract for 1 year. It was to push me out of the whole working for someone else thing. And I gave myself that deadline after a year that I would jump into entrepreneurship as well as go back to school to increase my skills so that it wouldn't be so terrifying to, have to worry about my finances while I'm building and growing my business. So I went back to school and I was working on my business at the same time. So I originally started off as being a lifestyle coach. That was my first dip in the entrepreneurial water because before I was a social service worker. So I went to school for social services, psychology and whatnot. So it just made sense to just, do lifestyle coaching. I was really good at motivating people and getting them inspired and the whole rah-rah cheerleader type deal. So I figured, why not? But then I felt like something else was calling me, and it pulled me back to what I used to do as a child. And I would write short stories all the time. I'd write poetry, and it was easy for me to write. So I played with that a little bit, and I saw that I still had that knack. And I decided that because I wanted to eventually write my own novel in the future, it just made sense that my full-time gig would be to write every day, so I can work on my craft, get really better, get really, really good, and hone it so that when I do write my book, it's a bestseller. I mean, that's what I'm shooting for.
There you go. So what are your thoughts about your book? Have we got a launch date, or have you gotten started?
No, I do not have a launch date. It's really easy for me to write for other people, but when it comes to sitting down and writing for myself, it becomes a little bit difficult because the book that I want to write isn't related to what I do for a living. And as a copywriter, I write for women entrepreneurs who are generally coaches or looking to be speakers, and they focus on sort of the same thing that I started in, lifestyle coaching or business coaching. So I write about those aspects. The book that I want to write about is loosely going to be based on my life and the relationship I had with my mother. It was a very tumultuous relationship that I had with my mom. And I know that there are other women out there who don't have the best relationship with their mom. And I want to tell that story. So it's really draining emotionally for me to tell that story because it was a really hard time when I was going through it. And I think that's why I got so well at my writing, because there wasn't everything that I could express verbally. So I wrote it down and I made stories and I lived in another world. So that's where that is.
Ooh, I get that. I totally get that living in another world stuff. I want to answer Steph's question real quick, and then I'm going to introduce you to Stephanie Renner, and then I want to ask her about writing. So, Steph, is there a Twitter bird to share? I don't think so. I think there's just this share last 30 seconds thing. But when you click on it, it'll give you an option for Twitter or Facebook or both. So you can do that. And I want to introduce you to Miss Steph with an F. I think that you will find her quite interesting, Tennille. She is a visual storyteller and a daily broadcaster on Periscope. Nice. After working for Viacom, Nickelodeon, and Mashable, she resigned from her corporate position as a human resources professional, opting to call herself a resourceful human. Don't you love that? She is passionate about sharing resources and help uplift and inspire people to live more truthful and empowered lives. Stephanie always knew she was quirky and had a unique perspective, but it wasn't until she found Periscope that she allowed herself to embrace her true self. Thanks to Periscope, she's been able to experiment and clarify her purpose, making connections between people, ideas, and concepts. Good morning, Steph.
Good morning. Oh my God, I loved hearing about Tennille. I feel like we have a lot of crossover, so thanks for introducing us. Sabrina and the virtual networking. Who are you and what do you do? Experience.
Yes. Who are you and what do you do? Oh my God. Just going out and meeting people. It's like crazy fun.
I know. I was born to do this, just like Joan of Arc. She was a little before her time. She didn't have Blab and Zoom, but we got lucky. 2016, go us.
No, I know you were born to do this. I want to talk about writing a little bit because you do a little bit of writing. Mm-hmm. Not the same kind of writing as Tennille, but you do a little bit of writing. Tell us about that.
Yeah. So I always wrote playful poetry as a kid, and it wasn't until I was on Periscope that, I kept looking for content ideas of what am I going to broadcast today. And one day I broadcasted me reading a story I wrote in 4th grade called The Poem King, and it just reminded me that I really liked writing poetry. So in the past year or so, I've just started writing more poetry and then reading it on Periscope. And I've done a little dabbling and just trying, sometimes it's hard to express ourselves. And for some reason, it's easier for me to write a rhyming Dr. Seuss style poem than to say what I need to say sometimes. Like if it has the structure of rhyming, it helps me to make it concise and to make it clear. And I'm like, whoa, that was pretty amazing. So I started expressing myself on some of the topics on Periscope with poetry, and then I started writing poems for people that have businesses if they wanted to explain their business in a more playful, different kind of way. I've done a little bit of that as well. So I'm bringing the poetry back, and I never knew that it was missing.
Yeah, girl.
That's where the magnifying glass comes in. Dun dun dun. That's become my kind of, Sabrina, you were talking about people looking to build their brands and their businesses, and right now I'm kind of in the brand building stage because one of my favorite online mentors is Marie Forleo, and she says clarity comes through engagement, not through thought. And I had that phase where I was really just trying to figure things out and control and force things. And I was in my head alone trying to think my way through. And I've realized I've been on Periscope now for about 8 months, and I've gotten so much more clarity just by talking, who I am and what do I do out to get to the point to where I am now. And along the way, I picked up sound effects like dun, 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 and people have just loved it. So it's become part of my brand. And I think now I've gotten it down to a more succinct elevator pitch for now. So I'd love to share that with you guys right now. Not that I'm pitching, but I'm excited to share. So right now I'm saying that I'm here to help you. Damn it, now I can't remember it.
We're here to help you. Damn it, now I can't remember it.
Yeah,
I don't know about that deal.
That's not going to work. Okay, I got it. It's so new, you guys. You're catching it right at the very beginning of the verse. So I'm here to help you add more play into your day. Help you express what you want to say, and to provide you with resources along the way. And there's a little bit of my playful poetry. But it all comes together, and that I never wanted to be a life coach. I never wanted to be a therapist, although I did study human development and psychology at Cornell University. But I just knew I liked people and hearing their stories. And I had so much I wanted to share. I had a tumultuous relationship with my father, who's doing much better now, but he's bipolar, ADD, and narcissistic. And I was an empathic little kid who absorbed all of that. And so along the way, I learned to express myself only in the past few years through wordplay. So I came up with this concept called therapeutic karaoke, and I would take the lyrics to songs, that already existed, but I would change them to be more empowering with a little bit more of a spiritual remix message. So like, for instance, Bryan Adams' song, Everything I Do It For You. I changed the lyrics to everything I do it for me. And that's my anthem to be like, I'm not going to do it because you told me to do it, Dad. I'm going to do it because I want to do it. And then in the middle, I shout, no. And it's very therapeutic, I have to say. So, I've brought back the playful poetry and the wordplay, and that's what I want to do. I want to help people add more play to their day. So I wear the pink wig over my real hair on purpose for no reason other than to show that we have many parts. And I think it's time for us to express our many parts. I left corporate of being a human resources professional. Now I'm literally, I like to say, here goes with the wordplay again, a resourceful human, dun, dun, dun style, because that came out of my mouth one day on a Periscope. And that's where it ties back to clarity coming through engagement, not through thought, because I never would have said, dun, 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 and it caught on to be a catchphrase if I wasn't engaging with people online on Periscope. And now I'm helping people say what they want to say, and I want to teach people how to write their own therapeutic karaoke songs. That's where that part comes in. And then providing people with resources along the way. I love to connect people, ideas, and concepts, so that's why I love virtual networking. And just introducing people like, oh, you need to meet Sabrina, you need to meet Tennille. And I just want to be, and I already am the master connector, but now that's the brands I got down. Now I'm working on the business model. And thankfully I've met wonderful Sabrina, who has super inspired me with her virtual networking concepts. And I know she spent many years, dun, 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 on her own, figuring out how she's going to do this to get to this point. So I'm super grateful for Sabrina for creating Network Virtually Live and bringing us all together, because I want to do this, but in a more playful, personal development kind of way. I know business is important, but I want people to bring that play back to their lives and just be who they really are without those, tumultuous relationships, and shift those stories and become more of who they really want to be, or they really are at their core.
So, Tennille, we all know that we've had a rough time having fun in our life. What do you do for fun? Tell us what you do for fun.
I don't know, man. I'm not that fun right now. I'm in the process.
Oh, that's why you're meeting Steph with an F. God brought you here to meet Steph with an F today.
Yeah. And I was talking to you, Sabrina, about this. Like, I'm in the process of, selling my home. And if any of you have gone through the process of real estate and selling, buying, it's a major headache. And I have to keep my house really clean and staged like a museum. I can barely live in it. So, and if I'm not, worried about how the house looks, I'm working. So, honestly, shame on me for not being more playful, but life will get back to its regular scheduled program soon, I'm hoping.
So, Janelle, talk to us a little bit about the types of copywriting that you do. What types of copywriting can you offer to people? Do you do press releases and things like that? Tell us about your copywriting.
Well, in my full-time job, I did press releases. I would handle all the internal and external communications of the center. Personally, in my own business, I like to focus on the things that light me up and write the things that I get energy from. And that's usually either emails or blog posts or articles or landing pages, because I'm able to be more personal in those type of communications. Emails more personal, articles, blog posts is more personal. You really get to put your voice and who you are into those things so that people can connect with you. And I really like writing those pieces of work, because press releases is generally have a format and a style and a certain way you're supposed to approach it. And with email, you can have more play, right? So that's where I like to play. So I play in my writing right now.
So, and your services are available, right? You do this for people.
I do. Okay. The last entrepreneur that I was working with, she is a manifestation and abundance coach, and she just released her ebook on Amazon. So I was helping her put that together, and I'm so excited that it got released, because the next day it was number 3 in the happiness section. I'm like, that's amazing. So I love being a part of people's goals and accomplishing certain things that they have to check off their list. That's the biggest thing. I like to be around other epic women and helping them on their journey. I feel like that's what I'm here for, to help those along who have a bigger destiny, a bigger mission. And I'm just that person who's, right on in your corner to just help you out. So that I know my position. I'm not always supposed to be in front and lead. Sometimes the best person is to be behind the person who needs to be in front. And I'm that clutch person.
Speaking of being epic, Janelle, what's your website address? Feel free to share that.
So just like it is, sheIsEpic.com. And it's funny, every time I tell either I go to the bank and I'm registering something or I'm cashing a check or whatever, they're like, what's your business? She is Epic. Is that one word? I'm like, she is epic. I know it's a little weird for some folks, but people can be epic. I guess it's just a bold statement to say, okay, you're epic? Really? I'm like, yes. And I work with epic women too.
It is a bold statement. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Do you do any public speaking, Janelle?
I've done some in the past, particularly when I was doing the whole life coach thing. And that's when I was just getting out there. And this woman that was also coming up with me, she was trying to get herself out there as well. And she decided that she was just going to do a around the states tour of women speakers. And then she invited me to New York and we did the damn thing. So yeah, I did a few speaking events, and I tend to not go for speaking events because I like writing and that's my forte. But I do have a knack for being on stage because I vibe off the energy in the room. So whatever the energy is, I feed off of it. So I would say, without tooting my own horn, that I'm pretty good at being on stage because something else kicks in, like Beyonce, where she has Sasha Fierce. I have that too. Like, it kicks in. I'm not sure what her name is, but something kicks in and I'm a totally different person.
Wow. Awesome. Congratulations. So were you formerly a life coach? Is that what I just caught you saying?
Yes. The start of my entrepreneur journey, I started as a life coach, and I would host little meet and greets at my house, and those were emotional because some of the women that I brought to my house, they're leaders in their own right at their workplace, always in control at home, and then when we get around and have open conversations on what it is to be a woman and the pressures and whatnot, everything just gets let go. And the stuff that comes out, the stories that come out is powerful. And I think that's one of the things that drew me to do coaching, because there are so many women in leadership positions that just need to be seen as a woman too, right?
Mm-hmm.
They always have to put on this bravado as a man that I can take control and be in power and do it just as good as the man. But I feel like, and even for myself, we have to respect our women energy and our women abilities and utilize that more than taking on the male energy, because there's power in that.
Okay. I just want to remind everybody, you guys, please feel free to tweet or share on Facebook. We are here networking virtually, and we want to know who you are and what you do. We always keep an open seat so that you can come in and join either Tennille Cooper, Stephanie Rennert, or myself and say hello. Tell us who you are and what you got going on, because we want to meet you and we're here to meet you. My goal this year is to introduce 1,000 people. So, and as you probably well know, I am not tracking that. So at the end of the year, when I tell everybody I've met 1,000 people, it's just going to be the truth, right?
I love that.
I too am learning to get that more playful spirit from Stephanie Renner. So, and I just want to remind everybody that, let me get a link here for you today, that we will be virtual networking at 3 p.m. Eastern time. This is a live event on Zoom. We will have our guest, Sophia Pacifico, will be doing a LinkedIn audit for us so that she can help teach you how to up your game on LinkedIn. We're going to follow that with live virtual networking, and you'll actually get to meet people live on audio and video, exchange contact information, and be able to reach out to anybody that you meet there if you would like to reach out to them. So Tennille, let's talk a little bit about what you do. How do you network? Where do you go?
To be honest, I'm doing a lot of my networking online, whether that be in Facebook groups. But the biggest place I do a lot of networking is Twitter. I love Twitter. Twitter is so easy to jump into conversations and just meet people instantly. And not only that, you can have deeper conversations. So Twitter chats are a gold mine for finding people who are like-minded in your industry, and even clients as well. So I can drop my little nuggets and be on my merry way, which I like to do. So 140 characters is perfect for me.
Mm-hmm. So what about you, Steph? Where do you network? Where are your best places for networking?
Right now, Periscope. I've met some amazing people over the past 8 months on Periscope, and with this mastermind that I'm a part of, the Perry 10K, perry10k.com. We're kind of like the TED Talks of Periscope, and we talk about topics to uplift and inspire people in their personal and professional development. So every day, 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern, I've been consistently meeting with this group. So that's been major, just to consistently meet every day with the same group. And then also network live virtually. I really, did I say it?
No, you got it right this time. No, you got it backwards last time, but that's okay. Nobody ever. Nobody ever.
I have a blue part. Yes, I would try to say NLV.
Yes, NLV. You're right.
Yes. NLV, Network Live Virtually. Yes. So I've been meeting some great people through Sabrina, through Network Live Virtually, and also through these 11 a.m. blabs. So it's been really interesting. I learned a lot about social media and Twitter, and then also through Charlene Burke, who's also a host on Network Live Virtually, and just lots of good nuggets there. And I like learning face to face. So
we just been joined by Upright Baseball. What's your name, Upright Baseball?
My name is Matt.
And what do you do, Matt?
I'm a caregiver for someone with special needs.
Okay. So, and you're hanging out today on Blab. How come? What do you got going on in your world?
I just woke up on the West Coast, here to learn some new things, meet some new people.
Cool. And who would you like to meet? Who are you looking to meet? Are you an entrepreneur, or you looking for friendship? Who are you looking to meet?
Oh, everything in between. I wouldn't turn down a business proposal or anything, or networking in that department, but I'm not looking for anything specific.
Cool. So feel free. So are you an online entrepreneur at all, Matt, or
No,
not currently?
no. Am I supposed to?
All right. Nope, not necessarily. We're just here networking, though, predominantly for business. So I want to thank you for stopping by. You can drop some links there in the chat if you would like. And we're going to go ahead and open up the seat for anybody who wants to network in business. Thanks, Matt, for stopping by. Appreciate it. So, Steph, let's see. Now, you've told everybody what fun things you got going on today. How about you, Tennille? What do you got coming up?
Well, like I was saying before, I have my course coming up, and it's called Brand Hive. Let me get this right. Brand Hive Make Honey Charm Clients. So it's about creating lead magnets that grow your coaching empire on autopilot. So I've learned a lot about creating lead magnets, and I wanted to share that in a course. And I'm collaborating with another entrepreneur, branding architect. So myself and her are going to be collabing together to put this course and put it out there to the world. So that's the biggest thing on my list right now.
And what goals or what steps are you taking to make that goal happen? You just writing every day. Are you working with a videographer? What are you doing there?
I'm not working with a videographer. So we check in with each other on Asana. It's a task scheduling app. So we have, my main goal is to create blog posts that is connected to that course, just to give it a little bit of insight on what to expect. And we're just putting pieces together in terms of like a slideshow and have our voice. No videographer. You won't be seeing my face because I don't like being on video. I don't know, Sabrina, I must like you to be on here right now. But yeah, so you'll just see my face. You'll see slideshows and hear our voice, but you won't see our face. Just our pretty pictures.
Well, you have such a beautiful face, and I feel blessed that you came to join us today, Tennille.
You should feel blessed, but I'm joking.
I do. I feel blessed. I feel blessed whenever Stephanie Renner shows up and brings her pink hair and says, "What's happening today?"
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun. Where's the little dun, dun, dun?
I need a prop now.
Oh, we should get that. We should share that. I think I caught it the last 30 seconds.
That's funny stuff. And
I don't know.
So
we'll see.
Steph had let's talk about some of your Zoom rooms that you got going on. What's been happening? I know that you had a picture of one where everybody got their unicorns on. Yeah. Little closer.
Oh yeah. I didn't print that one. This is one of the earlier ones. This is from week 1. This is zoom.us, which I learned about through Sabrina. And like literally, I've been collecting the people from Periscope and inviting them. I go on Periscope at like a few minutes before and say, hey, want to meet me face to face for a virtual meet and greet? And then in my Twitter, my pinned tweet is just the link to Zoom, and the password I created. You don't need a password, but I thought it would be fun. The password is just show up. Just show up to take all the pressure off. Like, all you have to do is just show up. That's the password. And we've been getting people from around the world. I wear the pink wig. And by the 3rd day, one of my new friends in London, she went out and went to a wig shop and bought a rainbow colored wig just to show up with. She doesn't go anywhere else with it, but she came to the Zoom room because they know that's the place to just, let go, have more play into your day. And we just spend the time laughing. So like the first week, we met and we just showed up and we got to know each other. And then the second week I did themes. So Monday was Movement Monday. Tuesday was Show and Tell Tuesday. Wednesday was Wordplay Wednesday. Thursday was Therapeutic Thursday. And Friday was Focus Group Friday. Like, how's this going? What do you guys think? And now we're on to the 3rd week. And I guess we've been averaging like between 4 and 10 people each time. And it's funny because I never know who's going to just show up. I tell them there's no pressure. Just show up when you can. And yesterday, one person showed up And I was like, oh, maybe, it's dying down. And by the end, we had 8 people. They popped in like popcorn. Even a farmer from Iowa. I mean, I'm connecting farmer from Iowa, guy from Idaho, a woman from the UK, a guy from Canada, me. My mom pops in. She's very supportive, I have to say. And another guy from the UK. And it's just magical. So we're just going with the experiment. And that's what I like to call myself, a pioneer of playful possibilities and a resourceful human. And, along the way, I'll figure out how to make it more of a store where I can sell all the resources and things along the way. I've got a new partnership that I wanted to share with a company. Sabrina, I got a tattoo. Did? No, not really. It says dream big, but it's a company called Conscious Inc. And they're one of the companies that I have a relationship with. So I have a link with them, an affiliate link. And so they have awesome little tattoos that are temporary. Like, oh, well, now because we're on Blab, maybe it's forward or backwards, but this one says compassion.
Oh, backwards for me, yeah.
It's forwards for me, but backwards for you. So that's good for when you apply it, so it doesn't look backwards when you actually have a tattoo. But they're temporary. So I got some trust over here. It's fading, though. I have to reapply. And then dream big over here. So it's all sorts of fun things that help people uplift them and remember to add the play to their day. And that's, I got a new idea, Sabrina and Tennille. Dun, dun, dun. I call it the story. Get it? Like right. Story. So I want to share my story, but store with STORE-Y. Share my story, but also share all the things that I've met and have my affiliate links be told through my story with videos and just like links to different things. And then you could say, and then the day I found Conscious Inc. And then here's the link to the tattoos. So that's my latest idea that I'm really excited about, because I think people they crave to share their stories. And that's part of why I'm doing the Zoom room. Maybe not everybody on Periscope wants to say their stuff out loud. So I can provide a safe space for them to, let go, feel comfortable, be welcomed, and say whatever's on their chest and express themselves, but have, feel safe and do it in a playful way. So that's kind of where the vision is there. And I forgot to mention also my services, Sabrina, so I could include those.
That's what we're all about. I just want to, before you do that, I want to remind everybody in here, if you are an entrepreneur online and you would like to network and meet others, come on, feel free to just pop in, tell us who you are, what you're doing, how we can find you, and how we can connect with you, because we want to know. Go, Steph. Yes, I want to hear it.
Okay, thank you. So I just put in, right now I have 2 websites, Pioneer Playful Possibilities. They're working to be merged into one. But I've got About.me, Stephanie Renner, which is my services. And then Solutions with Steph is kind of more just a placeholder for my Facebook page and to join my mailing list and a summary of who I am. But this is the About.me page for now. And I've got another thing in the works, hashtag to be continued, as I like to say. But the services that I currently offer are creative brainstorming. I love connecting people, ideas, and concepts. So I meet with people and help them with whatever they need brainstorming, whether it's a name for their business or a name for their dog, if that's important to them, or an idea for a birthday gift or an anniversary gift for somebody. And then I can also offer a playful poem to go with that, just to think out of the box, because as Deepak Chopra says, instead of thinking outside the box, why don't we get rid of the box? So that's what I'm all about. So creative brainstorming services.
Deep.
I know that one. So creative brainstorming services. I also offer private Periscope lessons and group Periscope workshops, custom parody songs and playful poetry. And then also I can offer event MC services and hosting your event. I'm actually an open mic. I host an open mic show in Brooklyn, New York for quirky people once a month. So that's in real life connection that I enjoy, being on a stage and connecting with people, a place for people to share unconventional talents. So those are my offerings, and they can be found at the About.me page /Stephanie Renner for now.
And yes, we are building, Steph, a brand new website, and it is looking very playful, I must say. I'm pretty happy with the way it's shaping up. It's a little slow on the draw right now, just because every time I put something in it, I'm not sure I like it, and I take it out. Then I have to get her approval, and yeah. So we're
it's a process, and I'm enjoying the journey, and I'm just grateful to have met Sabrina because she, you know, we may come from different places and different backgrounds, but she gets me, and it's a beautiful thing. That's all I really want in this world, for people to feel understood, seen, heard, and to be able to express themselves and just show up as they really are.
Let's see. Murada, am I saying that right? Let me see if I can figure out how to say that, Mike. I wrote a short story about a woman. Murad, did I say that right? Murad. One thing about meeting people internationally is we're also stuck right here in America about the way that we say things. It's so hard to figure other things out. I can't get that whole growl thing, you know, like I'm not even sure which languages have that growl, but you know what I'm talking about. They got that whole growl and tongue rolling thing going on. I can't figure that out. You know, my tongue doesn't roll like that. So just.
That's why we have Zoom and Blab, so we can be like,
yeah,
you say
and
it.
You say it.
And you say it wherever you are in the boxes.
So Murad asks if we want to read his short story about a woman. Sure, Murad, read. You can put a link there in the chat box. And you've got it online somewhere where people can go get it. Is that what you do? Let me see what he does. Let me take a look here.
I think I see a tweet about it. Maybe you could include the link for us in the comments. And
he's doing it for International Women's Day today.
Oh, okay. For
yes,
International Women's Day today. All right. Thank you, Murad. Yeah. Again,
thank you.
I just want to take a moment to remind everybody that at 3 p.m. this afternoon, we will be networking live again at Network Live virtually, and that is actually going to be on Zoom. So we will have audio and video for everybody who enters the room. My guest today is Sophia Pacifico. She's out of the UK. She's going to be doing a LinkedIn page audit for us. So if you need a little help with your LinkedIn page today, that is the place to be. There is a link there where you can register and to get your links to the Zoom room and just come on and join us. Of course, that is followed by virtual networking. You get an opportunity to introduce yourself, tell people what you do, and how they can reach you. We do exchange contact information. What did that refer to? Sorry, I'm not sure. Go ahead, ask the question, Steph, because I'm confused.
Oh, no. It was for Maven Muse. She said, that is hot, but so much happened that I don't know what the that refers to. It's more of a grammatical. Could you please clarify?
Maybe when you were talking about putting play into what you do.
Oh, yeah.
Right. I was just wondering if there was one thing that was hotter than the other, because then I got to get a fire tattoo and then keep it temporarily.
So, Tennille, when you get a chance to come to Network Live virtually and do a presentation for us, tell me what it will be.
Depends on what your audience is really looking for. I really want to cater to the type of people that come here all the time and give them what they're looking for. So you'll have to tell me, Sabrina.
Well, I don't know anything about copywriting. You're the copywriting expert.
Yeah, but what about the people who show up? What are they looking for? Are they looking to do more writing? Are they getting stuck on what to write? Like, where are they at?
Well, I think that everybody gets stuck on what to write. One of the overwhelming things, and I talk to people all day long, every day, as both of you guys know, one of the overwhelming things that I find is that people are having trouble marketing their online businesses. Now, I had somebody say yesterday that maybe we should take the word marketing out of our vocabulary, because what does that really mean?
Yeah, I think people get stuck on the whole marketing because marketing seems like a really harsh word and a really promote, all about me, which it really is. And if you take the marketing out and more add, let's have conversations, it shifts. So if you're going online to have conversations about what it is you do and how you can serve the people who are your followers or who follows you or who's in your circle or in your industry, it's a totally different energy that you bring to the table. And it's less about promoting and marketing yourself. It's just being yourself. Like Steph was saying, bringing play into what she does. There's a lot of people who are void of play. And if she's bringing that to the table, they're more inclined to want to work with her because people work with people. They don't work with your business, right? So if they enjoy hanging out with you and what you bring to the table, then they're more likely to do business with you as opposed to you showing up and just, promoting or marketing your stuff all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And that goes for your writing as well. When you write like you're having a conversation, like we're all sitting here having our conversation with one another. That's the same way you would write. But that's hard for a lot of people.
That is hard for a lot of people. So can you give them some tips and some tricks, Tennille, as to how to, can both of you give our audience a little bit in the way of tips and tricks? There seems to be like this huge connection crisis. There seems to be like this huge connection crisis going on. Nobody really knows how to talk to anybody anymore, whether it's virtual, whether it's in person, whether it's online. I think that we're all so afraid of being beat up all the time that we just can't even talk to anybody. So what are some tips and tricks? Tennille, what tips and tricks would you give somebody that's out there trying to connect online in any platform? Which platform, like you prefer Twitter?
I do prefer Twitter. I would speak to the clients that I usually attract to myself, and it's usually the ones that are speakers who do really well in person, that they have a really fiery, passionate energy about themselves, and they can go into any room and have a conversation. But when it comes to writing, they're stuck. So what I tell them to do is record yourself. Like if you're having a conversation with your best friend, or depending on the message you're trying to get across, but I usually say your best friend because you're more relaxed talking to your best friend. You're more honest when you're talking to your best friend about certain things. So have a conversation, record it, and then go over that recording and pull out the nuggets, because it's going to come out naturally. Instead of trying to force it, a lot of people want to sit down and say, okay, now the inspiration is going to hit me and I'm just going to write in a fury. It doesn't work like that. Even I, get stuck on things that I need to write. And what I do to get out of that quote unquote writer's block is either dance, put on music, read something. And back when I was younger, I would get stuck on what I would want to write with my poetry. And I felt like I lost the words to write poetry. And I don't know if you guys believe in this or not, but I just heard a whisper, whether it's from God or the university, whatever you want to call it. God said to me, you need to read to find the words, because I have the words that I want to give you, but you won't understand it if you don't, read more things that are out there so that I can continue to communicate to you. So sometimes in order to communicate, you have to do more. And I love Steph when you're saying, I may not have everything in place right now, but I find when I'm out there communicating and talking to people, things come and then it makes sense and everything is starting to piecing together. And I love that you are able to figure that out for yourself, because a lot of people don't know what their groove is to communicate with a higher energy, to find those pieces and put them together in a puzzle. For me, it's in my rest state where I sleep. So I'll go through the day, and then either through meditation or when I'm still is when I get my messages. And Steph, you probably get your messages when you're vibing with people and you're talking and you're laughing, you're joking, and things just flow to you. And I think that's where we need to get to that flow state. What is your flow state? And once you figure out what your flow state is, things come to you easier. Your messages will be received more clearly. And that's how you write.
What is your flow state? That is kind of powerful too. Mm-hmm. Very interesting terminology. Steph, how would you tell people to reach out and connect? What are your tips and tricks?
I've been gravitating towards that flow word too a lot, Tennille. I like to say Steph with an F, and the F can stand for so many different things. Sometimes it's fun, sometimes it's focused, and sometimes it's flow. So I love that. To connect, I would say what I love about humans is that everyone is so different and has so many different unique gifts. And I think oftentimes we try to compare ourselves to other people. So I think for me, it's getting to know yourself, no connection to The King and I, although that song did just pop into my head. Getting to know yourself and going on the journey with the magnifying glass, but it's really an inner magnifying glass. This is just a fun prop. And getting quiet and really like surrendering that you don't need to have everything figured out. Like Martin Luther King said, just take the first step. You don't have to see the whole staircase. And admittedly, I've tried to control and force things over the past few years, and it just doesn't work. So from trial and error, I know and learned that clarity comes through engagement, not through thought, like I mentioned earlier from Marie Forleo. And also that the comparison game just doesn't really work. You have to know who you are. And if you don't want to be out there waving your hands in a pink wig, that's okay. It's about being, you know, where you are, which is exactly where you need to be. And I have another quote to throw in. Teddy Roosevelt says that that comparison is a thief of joy. So it's about finding that flow, doing more of those things you used to like to do. And especially as when you were a kid, like for the example, for me, it was poetry and I let that get buried. So I uncovered that. And for me, it was Periscope, but for other people, it may be connecting in the comments or just taking those small steps, because the small steps really add up over time. So wherever you're comfortable, maybe finding somebody that you really feel comfortable with and asking them to make an introduction for you. And it doesn't have to be online and video chat. It could, you know, be a phone call, or it could be a coffee chat, or with that other person, like, you know, all three of you meet together. It's just do whatever feels right for you to help you get out of your comfort zone. Small steps, step by step, add up over time and lead you to dream big. But you can't just jump to dream big. That's what I've learned. For me, oftentimes I want to do go from step A to G, but I haven't gone to B, C, D, F. So another song comes up for that. It's like, you know, for me, I remind myself, I got to go, instead of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and they say, I want it now, you have to go to New Kids on the Block style. Step by step. That's what it's all about. Take that, hokey pokey. Bam.
Take that, hokey pokey.
That's what it's all about, the step by step and enjoying the journey along the way. And that's what's happened for me. Like, you know, Tennille, you said, I was not always okay with not knowing. I needed to know, where is this going? What does this look like? But now I'm practicing and getting more and more comfortable saying, I don't know, but I'm okay with that. There's a difference between having, I call it, I don't know-ya, like freaking out about I don't know, but embracing it and going with the flow, I don't know, like insomnia, I don't know-ya. And the other ailment I like to have diagnosed is I can't-itis. You know, I can't. Catch those little I can'ts and slowly start to change and choose differently. But it's like bronchitis, I can't-itis. So those are two things that I like to talk about. Wordplay lies with people. Like, catch those, and in each moment, you get better at catching them, and you build that muscle, just like going to the gym. It's the mental gym, and you take those small steps, and you let go of that I want it now mentality, and do it however works best for you. It's all about doing it for you, not for your father. And then you write him a therapeutic karaoke song when you feel better.
See, Tennille, we're going to get your day off to a good start. You're going to have fun stuff to go do.
Absolutely.
Here comes.
I'm loving your energy, Steph.
Don't you? I told you were going to love our energy. I knew you were. Oh, Vicky, you're having trouble coming in. Are you on a Chrome browser or are you on a phone app? You guys see her? Yeah, I know. You guys see her trying to come in?
That. We so da da da.
You see her trying to come in? Can you guys see her? Or is it just me?
Yeah, we can see her try, but it's
not letting you in, Vicky. So back out, refresh your browser, and try again. Hi, Donald. Nice to see you. Well,
this is the sign of the dun dun dun. By the way, my Periscope viewers have coined it with a triple D. Dun dun dun.
I'm going to kick you out of here, Vicky, and then you can try again. Refresh your browser and then try again. Because it's not, for whatever reason, it's not letting you in. Hey, Donald, how are you? Feel free to stop in and say hello. We are just doing some virtual networking, talking about who you are, what you do. We're inviting everybody to join us this afternoon at 3 p.m. on networklivevirtually.com, where we are going to have a live virtual networking event on Zoom. So everybody will be on audio and video. We can actually house up to 50 people, although we never actually allow that many in. And there'll be a short presentation. Sophia Pacifico out of the UK is going to be doing a LinkedIn page evaluation for us. And then, of course, we'll do a round robin of introductions. And we do get to exchange contact information in the chat box, which everybody gets to download so they can reach out to others. Who forgot their wig today? Did Maven forget her wig today? No wig required, just show up. Well, we just lost Vicky, so maybe she's going to try to go out and come back in again. I am not sure. Maven, you can feel free to pop on in if you'd like. Donald, feel free to pop on in if you'd like. We've just got a few minutes left. We're with Tennille Cooper, who is a copywriter, and she is epic.com. And, of course, we got...
Did you type that in?
Oh, yeah. Let me do that.
Yeah, put your link in there, Tennille. And we got Steph Rennert, Steph with an F. And Steph is a Periscope star, soon to be a Zoom star. And she is a pioneer of playful possibilities. Tell us all about that again. Where did pioneer of playful possibilities come from? Look at the color all around her, Tennille. She's got purple walls. She's got blue clouds. She's got her Perry pillow. And she's got her pink wig.
There's a little more color if you need. In Flying Pig, a dream catcher, you know, some inspirational quotes. The pioneer of playful possibilities came from just, you know, I had a lot of trouble picking one thing. I like so many things. I felt like I had so many parts, and being a pioneer of playful possibilities, it gave me the permission to give myself permission to be all of my many parts and to be able to just go with the flow and go on that journey of where is this going? I don't know, but I can pull out the playful pieces and be a pioneer of what maybe hasn't been invented before, because I like to do things differently, and I'm doing it. And I'm enjoying it, and I'm in flow, and I'm very thankful.
Hey, I want to ask you, by the way, how far are you from Reagan Airport in DC? You, Steph, because I know you're in New York. How far is that from DC? I'd have to look at a map, so I'm just wondering if you know off the top of your head.
I mean, driving at least 5 hours.
Oh, it is that far away. Okay.
Yeah, I'm like, me?
Drat, because I'm gonna be there at the end of April.
Oh, bummer. Yeah, that's not really a hop, skip, and a jump, unfortunately. I haven't figured out how to fly yet, but that's on my list of things to do. I got it down in my dreams, and I've got this flying pig, but I can't hop on his back yet.
Drat. Well, I was hoping there was a way we could hook up. Where are you located, Tennille?
Toronto, Canada.
Oh, so that's even further than where she's at.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bummer. Thank goodness for Blab and Zoom rooms.
Thank goodness for Blab and Zoom rooms. So, Steph,
can I put my link in here, Sabrina? This is for the Just Show Up experience, Monday through Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The password is Just Show Up. If you want more play in your day, and just to laugh, really, it's kind of like a support. Playful group of people who just come together, and we just have a lot of laughs. Yesterday we had a dance party. I did a little therapeutic karaoke performance. Some people show up with wigs, some people bring their dogs. Some woman brought her cat and dressed it in a chicken suit. I'm sorry, that was a dog in a chicken suit. It must have been the Halloween costume. You know, it's like the opportunity to bring Halloween out at all times. You know, that's what I provide.
And this is not about business. It's about just relaxing and having fun. So how many
our business is play.
How many people do we know, Tennille, that need to go to her Playful Possibilities Zoom room?
Everybody.
So ding ding ding. Where you got the ding here? Look at the ding. Ding ding. Oh, you got the bell. Darn. She's got everything.
Man, you prepared, Steph.
She got all the fun stuff, Tennille. We need to be more like her.
I'm missing out.
You need to just be yourselves and just come, and I'll provide you with the playful place. And then you just bring yourselves. That's the whole hashtag, Just Show Up. Just show up, and then when you come there, you get transformed because the energy is contagious through the ethers of the Ethernet.
The ethers of the Ethernet.
Yes, through the ethers of the Ethernet. So true.
Yeah.
So Tennille, you got to put the Just Show Up on your calendar, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Friday, with Steph with an F. We can find her on Periscope. How do you communicate with people on Periscope, Steph? I know that it's like a one-way broadcast, but how do you take that off of Periscope and move people to other places? You can't like reach out to somebody individually, right?
Well, because Twitter owns Periscope, you communicate through Twitter. So you either tweet the people or you direct message them on Twitter. Or you tell them, you know, somebody type in the comments where I'm going to be. And then I just point everybody to my Twitter because I have the pinned tweet be my Zoom room link. And that's how it works. And there's also, and Periscope broadcasts, they actually expire in 24 hours. So if you don't catch them at the link I just put in there, we also have this fun site called www.catch.me. And that's where you can find all of our replays. So if the broadcaster signs up with it, it keeps an archive of all of your your past Periscope. So I've done 370 now. I can't believe it. I've gone through one for yes, 370.
I was going to say that's more than one a day. If I'm doing the math, that's more than one a day.
I know. Well, sometimes you do few a day, sometimes none. You know, it depends on your style. But what I like about Catch is that you can divide your scopes into collections. So I have a parody collection, I have a poetry collection, I have the Perry 10K inspirational TED Talk style collection, and then, you know, anything else that pops up. So it allows me to capture my playful possibilities and categorize them. And, you know, it's fascinating because also it catches them so you don't need to save them on your camera roll. So on the internet now, your videos are being saved, and you can even like, you know, say I want from the 2-minute mark to the 5-minute mark. And if you want to pull that out and embed it on your website, you can do that too. So really Periscope and Catch have allowed me to create a portfolio of, you know, my speaking and me, and help me to just find my voice. So these apps are magical to me, and the people I've met are just invaluable. I must have met you, Sabrina, through somebody I met on Periscope who gave me the link to the Network Live Virtual.
Well, that's where I met you. That's where you showed up for me, was on Network Live Virtually. See my black and white background that I got going on here? When I look at Steph on there, I'm like, I got to do something about color here. I feel like
No, what I like it. I like the contrast. I really like that. Yeah, every time I see you there, I'm like, oh, I love that background. I really do. You pick what you want. Not everybody needs the color. I got that covered.
No, I like the color. I like the color. Sabrina, you should go with the color.
You think color? Yes. I'm gonna have to go find me a new scrap piece of fabric. That's what that is. From
what's your favorite
World.
color? Or what's your brand color? You have blue on your stuff.
He's got rainbows. That's why
I got everything. I got everything in my color. Thank you. I'm glad somebody likes my background. I think I need a couple more backgrounds though, so I can swap them out. So
I like the option.
Yeah.
Go figure.
Danielle, if you want to wrap up real quick and just tell people how they can find you or how they can reach out to you, and put those links into the chat box. And we thank you for being here.
Okay. So you can always find me on my website, sheisepic.com, but I'm also very active on Twitter. I am always in Twitter chats. I'm going to be in a Twitter chat tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern. It's Secrets of a Side Hustler. And the topic today is in relation to Women's Day, International Women's Day. And I think we're talking about balance, the work-life balance or work-life harmony, because I don't believe in balance. I've never was capable of ever having balance in my life, but I'll be at that Twitter chat tonight. So you can follow me on Twitter, it's not hashtag. It's at Tennille Cooper. That is my Twitter. I'll put it in the drop thing here, the message thing. And the hashtag for that Twitter chat is, what's it called? Side Hustle Chat. So I'll put that in the
Side Hustle Chat.
Yes. So for those people who are working a full-time job and doing their business on the side, you want to be there tonight. I'm always there every week talking with my other tweeps. So that's where you'll always find me on Twitter.
Side Twitter chat.
Side Hustle Chat.
Side Hustle Chat. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay, Steph. And of course, tell everybody once again where they can find you.
They can find me just show upping about in many places across the internet, but specifically for today at 1 p.m., I'll be hosting the Just Show Up experience that I just put in the links again. That's my virtual meet and greet, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Friday, where you literally just show up. You can bring a wig or you don't have to. Just
Bring
come
your
as
magnifying
yourself.
glass or
And-
not.
Yep. We actually have a few magnifying glasses popping up. Somebody did bring their bell. It's just like a free-for-all. And it's fun. And we just play and we laugh and we just connect around the world. And then also at 4:30 today, I'll be on Periscope. You can download the app and look for @Stephanie Rennert, or just go to periscope.tv/Stephanie Rennert, but then you can't comment. It's not as fun. And I'll be talking about breakdowns to breakthroughs. And I do that often in the 4 to 6 p.m. slot. And you can find me at solutionswithsteph.com and also about.me/Stephanie Rennert for my services, and @Stephanie Rennert on all social media.
Awesome. Thanks, ladies. Thanks so much. I want to thank Tennille Cooper and Stephanie Rennert, Steph with an F, for being here today. I just want to remind you, I'm your host, Sabrina Watson, founder of NetworkLiveVirtually.com, where you can grow your business through creating live virtual relationships all over the globe, rather. 3 p.m. this afternoon is my next virtual networking group. And of course, we are looking for people who are absolutely serious about building their brand and business while establishing their authority and creating a larger circle of influence. You would need to have 3 main qualities: team players, self-motivated, and dependable. So if you feel like you meet those requirements, please talk to me about being a host on Network Live Virtually. And again, we are here weekdays, 11 a.m. Eastern. So my guests tomorrow, let me take a look for you guys, are author Christy Smallwood and Dr. Amy Kanata. All right, gang. So let's say goodbye to everybody. And I'm going to leave you with one.
We have a question. Do you do this every day, says V. Papalardo?
Weekdays, 11 a.m. Eastern, Vicki. So 8 a.m. every day, Monday through Friday for you. But you're going to have to work on getting on, because, yes, I would love to see you get on. That would be so cool. Weekdays, 11 a.m. Eastern. You'll find me and my guests and friends. All these girls and men are my friends. So, and I'll leave you with this last question. Who do you want to meet today? Bye.
Bye.